Emergency Economic Injury Disaster Loans. Hey, I'm Angela Snyder with Taxonista, and that's what we're talking about today. Go to SBA.gov, lots of great information. What we're going to be talking about right now is that emergency $10,000 loan that's available out there. When you go to SBA.gov, I've brought you to another page here that shows you lots of other resources. I'm going to be doing other videos regarding the Payroll Protection Program, which is a really good program. This one is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan and Loan Advance. So there's a quick link right here. We're going to click on that. And it is important that you go ahead and get this done as soon as possible because there is only so much money out there, and the SBA just recently made this application super easy for you. So we're going to go through it real quick here. So this might be a great resource for you to take notes. You need to basically pick one. What type of entity are you? Are you a business, a brick and mortar where you actually have employees? Or do you could be virtual, but you pay people with payroll, okay, and contractors. So that would be the first one. If you're a solopreneur and you don't really, pay, a staff or have independent contractors, then you would be considered right here. There are definitely other ones, but I think the majority of the people that are listening are going to fall in the first two. All right, so I'm going to click on this one. I'm the first one, but I'm going to click on this one because I think a lot of the people watching will probably be this. Now, review and check all of the following. You need to go through each question and certify that each one is does or does not apply to you. Make sure if you're engaged in any illegal activities, you're not applying for this. And that would be any federal illegal activities. So any of the, I'm not too sure on this, but I think that the medical marijuana places would not apply here. Not sure, but I believe so. Is the no principal of the applicant has a greater than 50% interest in more than 60 days delinquent in child support. So look through all of these. Hopefully none of these apply to you, because if they do, then you are not eligible. So I'm not engaged in lobbying or any of the other, I'm not a member of Congress. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. Once it goes to the next page, it's going to ask more business information. So your business legal name, that's going to be your LLC, all right? So mine is Office LLC. But my trade name is Taxonista. So if you go by a different name, that's what you're going to put in there. Okay, your EIN or your social. So for the sole proprietors, you're going to put in your social security number. If you're a business, you're going to put in your EIN, okay? And then I just put in a fake one right there, your organization type. So if you're a sole proprietor, which means you're not an LLC, you're just operating a business, then you're a sole proprietor. If you've gone down, now this is the tricky part, if you've gone down and gotten an LLC, but now you're taxed as an S-Corp, then you're going to click S-Corp, all right? I'm going to go ahead because we're doing this as an example for a sole proprietor. So usually sole proprietors are limited liability companies or a sole proprietor. Is the applicant a nonprofit? I'm not going to deal with nonprofits or franchisees on this example here. Then it talks about gross revenues. That is your gross sales, your gross collections you collected, okay? So let's assume it was $200,000. That was $2 million. One too many zeros. Cost of goods sold. This is really important. The cost of goods sold are the costs you incur in order to make that sale. So if you are selling a product, it's going to be your product cost. If you are, like for myself, mine's tax software and my labor, because I can't have those costs. I can't incur those costs without having the sale, or I can't have the sale without incurring those costs. So if you, so training costs are not included. Travel's not included unless you have to travel to the location in order to make the sales. So let's say you do events and so you're a business coach and you do events, then your travel cost would be the cost of the production of the event, and some staff, but not all, because a lot of it could be overhead. Let's say you're in the trades business, you're a painter, you're an electrician, HVAC, you're in restoration. Your cost of goods sold is going to be all the items that you have to purchase in order to finish the job, and then any direct labor on that job. So if you're a bookkeeper or you're an assistant for the business, your labor is not included. But John Doe, who goes and installs that or repairs that, he is cost of goods sold. Okay, so I'm going to say in this case it was only $20,000 worth of cost of goods sold. Rental properties. This is really important here. If you're losing out on rents, let's say you're a landlord or you have lots of rental properties, this could be something that's different than your business, because you could be involved in business and have rental properties. So you might at this point, if you have that situation, you could be filing for 2 economic stimuluses. One under your EIN up here for your business, and then one under your social for your rental properties. Again, this is just, I don't know your specific situation. I'm just giving general guidance right now, okay? Then we've got nonprofit cost. So the nonprofit cost, we're not dealing with that because I'm not dealing with nonprofits. Combined annual operating expenses for the 12-month period prior to the date of the disaster for all secular social services provided by the faith-based. This is also a nonprofit type of item. We don't deal with that. Same here with the faith-based ones. Thank you very much, but I just don't have that specialty. Compensation from other sources received as a result of the disaster. This is really important because if you're getting income from any of the programs, that does go into consideration and reduces your overall benefits. So, and then you should put in a description there. You got to put in your business address. Okay, I'm just going to throw in the address there really quick. You got to put in your business phone. Okay, you can put in an alternate phone. You definitely want your business email. You want to make sure that you can find that when they are reaching out to you and letting you know what's going on. So definitely suggest doing that. Your date business established. If you are an LLC, then it's going to be the date you got your LLC. If you're an S-Corp, I would pick the date of your S-Corp. You can get those, you can get that information right off your tax return. So if you're an S-Corp, go to the first page of your 1120S, and there's a date right on there, pick that up. If you're a sole proprietor, then I suggest, thinking back on when you did start working and start in your business. Okay, current ownership since. If it's always been your business, then it's going to be the same date. If you purchased an existing business, then that's going to be a little bit different of a date. Your business activity, if you file an S-Corp or another business type return, I suggest you going to your tax return. And it's usually on about page 2. And it says towards the top of the page what the business activity or function is. Is it human resources? Is it retail sales? Is it general contracting? So take a look at what that is, and you can put that down in here. So let me just do it on let me see, 1120.01, and then 1120. Business activities, consulting. Oh, okay, yes, so it makes you choose from in here. All right, so you pick your item and then the detailed business activity. If there's an option, you can pick that. If not, just list the num below. The number of employees. This is really important. This number is the number of people you're paying on either payroll or independent contractors that you pay on a regular and ongoing continuous basis, because they're going to use this number to compare on whether you've maintained your staff and their pay level through the look back period. So this number is really important. Just put in 10, okay? We go to the next page. then this is going to be all about the individual owners. So if you have more than one owner, it is important that this all get filled out. Also keep in mind that you enter only completely accurate information, because there's going to be a lot of fraud going on. You do not want to be caught up in anything like that. All right. So you're going to enter in, let me just put in some stuff in here so you can see what it's like. And it is a valid phone number. Okay, my title is CEO, whatever your title is. My ownership percentage, more than likely it'll be 100% unless you have an ownership percentage with someone else. At this point, it does call for your social. So make sure you put in the accurate social, not my dummy one. It will have matching systems. So just like when we file tax returns and an ex-spouse claimed your child when you thought it was your year, and we go to file and it gets kicked back because the matching system's in there. No, whoops, that one's already been used. So make sure you're entering only completely accurate information. Not my birthday. But I'm just throwing it in there. Place of birth. I actually ended up putting my city and state, but maybe more people are thinking that it might be your country. Okay, so I'm just going to say Florida. Again, U.S. citizen, my residential address. If there's any additional owners you added here, and I didn't complete something because the next is not lit up. Oh, here it is. Is your business entity owned by a business entity? There you go. I missed that very important question at the top. No, it's not. This would happen when, let's say, you've got a holding company. Let's say you've got an appliance repair, an HVAC company, okay? And then you've got an East Valley, a North Valley, a West Valley, or you've got a location in Florida, Nebraska, California. That's what that would mean, is that this entity is owning those entities and the business is really the owner. So in my case, it's a no. So that's why it didn't light up. So there we go. Okay, then it's going to go through here in the past year. These are really important also. Have you been convicted of a criminal offense? Have you been suspended or disbarred from dealing in government contracting? These are really important questions you need to read and make sure you answer them accurately. If anyone else is completing this application for you, put that information in here. I am not completing this application for you. I am assisting you with guidance. So if you were my accounting client and you came in and we were working on it together, then I'd be completing this application for you. But if you're watching my video and getting some great tips, thank you very much, then I'm not completing this application for you, all right? If you were to complete that, you could then give the SBA permission for them to talk to whoever is completing it for you. The important part here is you click on the yes, I would like to receive, be considered for those funds, and then you put in the banking account information, then you hit next. Once you do that, you get a confirmation page. And on that confirmation page, you have a code. That code is super important, and then watch for the email that's going to come through. Make sure that the account number that you entered is accurate. If you didn't enter something accurate, then it's time to find out how do we get that fixed. So, hope this was helpful, and we're going to be doing one on the payroll protection program next, which I think will be very valuable to a lot of business owners. However, get going on this right away if you are a small business owner, including self-employed, in order to get some economic recovery. Thanks, guys. Bye.